MJ Collier right here with our COVID-19 update. Dr. Collier, good morning.
Good morning, Rickey, Smiley. It's a pleasure to bring you once again your coronavirus update on Thursday today, May 14th. Right now, the statistics are increased. We went from 1.4 million cases to 1.43 million cases. The death rate increased from 83,000 to 85,197. So that's 2,000 plus deaths yesterday in 24-hour period. So the death rate continues to go up. And again, we're projecting a death rate of 147,000 by August. Now, your president stated yesterday that he thinks that this is being exaggerated, and I'm sure without question it is not only not being exaggerated, that it is being undercounted substantially and significantly. It may be at least 50% more in every category, including a lot of deaths that were not contributed to coronavirus. So, again, it's out there, it's real. Let's stay vigilant on top of it and not become emotionally and physically slack with how we're taking care of ourselves. Rickey, I have to talk about, once again, this pediatric multi-system inflammatory syndrome that we're seeing in children now, because we've had cases now that are really, really dramatic. One case in New York, in New York they've had over 100 cases. You had one girl, one child that had cardiac arrest twice. Now, she ultimately did survive. But imagine if this is your child and all of a sudden they're dying from heart disease that, children just don't die from. So if you have a child with these symptoms, unrelenting fever, fever greater than 101 that's lasting more than a day, their face, their tongue, their lips will turn bright red, even in African Americans. Their hands will become swollen. They may have GI symptoms as well. That's including nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. And amazingly, we have not seen any of cases like this in China. So it's thought that something in the United States that's specific to us and our patient population. It could be what we eat. It could be our genetics. It could be that the virus has mutated a little bit, and now it's having this syndrome here in the United States. But it has been seen in other parts of the world, the United Kingdom, Spain, and Italy. So if your child presents with any of those symptoms, you need to take them to the hospital without hesitation, because there is a treatment. Remember, this is not caused specifically by the coronavirus. This is an effect of exposure to the coronavirus that happens about 2 to 4 weeks later. So this is a syndrome that's associated with what's called Kawasaki syndrome, and that's just named after Dr. Kawasaki, who described it. But there's a treatment for that. So if the child has the symptoms, they can go to the hospital and get treated aggressively and survive this. Because if children start dying from this, it's going to flip the script, and a whole nother approach is going to be taken. Dr. Fauci made clear in his presentation yesterday that he didn't think we were ready to open schools because we don't have testing in place, etc. And so he and the president are really bumping heads on that concept now. And I wouldn't be surprised if Dr. Fauci, we don't see him a lot anymore because, once you go against what the president's wishes are, you have a tendency to disappear. So we're hoping that is indeed not the case. So, what do you do, Rick? How do you protect your children in this circumstance? Well, the U.S. National Library of Medicine has been looking at elderberry syrup, which is safe and can be used for everyone in the family. And the recommendations from multiple organizations: stay well hydrated and rested. Use elderberry to boost your immune system. Incorporate elderberry daily to boost your immune system. And then these are the things and the benefits you can get from that. It reduces the intensity and duration of cold and flu by a half, so it cuts it by 50%, which is better than the remdesivir, which cuts it by about 30%. So this cuts your symptomatology by 50%. It contains a large amount of vitamin C, but more importantly, Rickey, the chemical constituents in elderberry inhibit the early stages of infection by blocking key viral proteins responsible for attaching and penetrating your cells. They also reduce the replication. Therefore reducing the intensity and the duration of the infection. So stopping viral replication is the exact mechanism that the remdesivir does, but it's going to be about $5,000 a course, plus you're going to have to be in the hospital for 5 to 10 days to get it. So it's probably going to cost you $150,000 to $200,000 if you have to go in the hospital and take remdesivir, whereas an elderberry would give you some of those same benefits, and it's a natural product and it's safe for the entire family. So so there are great things that have been discovered that are natural. And Rickey, this is the thing right here. The name for this supplement, the scientific name is Sambucus nigra. Sambucus nigra. So, if we can definitely relate to that, and we're recommending that all the Rickey Smiley listeners capture elderberry at their local health food store, vitamin shop, or whatever that will have this product, and you can do that. And that's in addition to, getting rest, and feeding yourself foods that will aggravate or feed the virus. Don't eat a lot of sugar. This is not the time to go on sugar binges. You need to avoid ice cream, and I know I've been eating a lot of Haagen-Dazs, and milk. Milk can also feed the virus. So healthy foods like clear broths, soups, simple grains, of course, anything that's vegetable, and light meals. This is not the time to get stuffed and then, just roll over and go to bed. So we need to eat lighter and possibly more often so that our body is boosted optimally and we can fight this infection. We're going to get through it, Rickey. We still got about another week before these states that are opened up are going to blow up. But if they listen to what we're saying, they do the things we're saying, they wear their masks, they cover their eyes, then we won't be a part of that statistical blip. Only the people that aren't doing those things, but it's going to definitely happen.
All right, y'all. More Dr. M.J. Collier coming up. Dr. Collier, thank you so much, man.
Well, thank you, Rickey, as always. It's a pleasure as well. And they have found the coronavirus in cats. So if you have a man that has a cat,
I'll be damned. Gary, you heard that?
Coronavirus. I did.
So
Gary got to see you in the floor today. Coming up next, Rickey Smiley Morning Show.